Fiddle again, and hello, it's Fo, and welcome back to Magic Monday. This week, we're going to go over Momir Basic, which is a format only available on Magic Online. To get into Momir Basic, you need to go into the store, go into Special Sets, and purchase the Momir Event Deck. Momir Basic Event Deck costs $9.99 in dollars. And once you get it, you have access to the event deck, gets put directly into your collection. You can see you get the avatar, Momir Vig. It's a Vanguard, which means you can play it in a deck where Vanguard cards are allowed, and it has an effect on the game. It's always in play, can't be targeted by spells or abilities. When you play in Momir Basic, you both have the same avatar, Momir Vig. His special abilities state that our starting life is increased by 4, so it goes up to 24. And we can pay X, discard a card, and create a token that's a copy of a creature card with a converted mana cost X, chosen at random. We can only do this once on either of our main phases. When it says chosen at random, it means any creature from Magic's history. Also included in the pack is a deck of 60 land, because all you need is land. What you want to do is switch out some land so that you favor mountains and swamps, because the creatures with the best activated abilities usually use red or black. The lands they give you are pretty sweet. You can of course intersperse them with any lands you want. If you've got some nice lands from the free bots, or you pick up any sweet lands in your draft or sealed, then feel free to add them in. But this is what your Momir Basic event deck will look like. Just basic lands and your avatar. I love this. This is a Guru land. Pretty beautiful for a basic land. So we're gonna go in, gonna play a couple of games and show you what it's all about. So we're going to constructed tournaments. We go have a look for our Momir event deck. When we've selected that, it'll tell us which games our deck's legal for. And these kind of single matches, we can use up our play points that we got from our sealed event. If we win, we get 30 play points, and if we lose, we still get 5 play points back. So even if we lose 2 games, we'll still have enough play points to play a third game. The idea is that you get 7 lands as your opening hand. You never want to mulligan, because you're just going to get 6 land. You only ever have land, you only ever want land. On your first turn you can play a land. You can use your avatar's ability, and you can summon a 1-drop, a random 1-drop from the thousands of creatures in Magic's history. A better strategy is to hold off until the second turn. This way, when you summon a creature for the first time, it's more likely to be a creature that you can tap to gain more mana into your pool. Getting mana advantage helps you cast more powerful creatures before your opponent, so you can be the aggressor and win the creature battles. There are no instants, sorceries, enchantments, anything like that in the pool of cards that you generate. The cards that you generate are token copies. So although you get their enter the battlefield triggers, you won't get cast triggers, because you're not casting the creature, you're generating a token copy. Ideally you want flying creatures, evasive creatures, much like in a draft situation, but there are no spells, only creatures. And it's a great way to see random creatures that you've never seen before. Even after years and years playing the game, there'll still be creatures appear that you think, I've never seen this before, what does it do? So a lot of reading of cards, but it's a good way to have a bit of fun. It's the most fun format, because everything is completely random. You can be wise with your creature battling, but it's still fairly random. You want to get up to 8 lands on the field, and then when you draw a land every turn, you can discard it and keep playing 8 drops. There are good things above that, 9 drops, 10 drops, even up to 15 if you want to get Emrakul. But generally you want to wait till turn 2, lay a 2 drop, turn 3, lay a 3 drop, and so on, up to around 7. If you go 1 per turn and you haven't been able to draw any extra cards, or you can't add any extra mana to the pool with your creatures, you sometimes have to lay a land and take a turn off, so you can get up to that 8 mana target. That's where you want to be in Momir. You can be tactical and choose to draw rather than play first. Switching up the lands is a good idea. Most players play with the majority swamps and mountains. But we'll go into a game. I'll show you an example. So we're into a game. Let's say we do want to go first. We always keep our hand. Generally islands are least useful to us, with swamps and mountains being the most useful. But it depends on the creatures you summon. A lot of creatures have pay 1 black to activate an ability for the creature, as with red. So opponents choosing to go for a 1 drop. Vigilance. We're going to hope that our 2 drop is going to be able to defend us. So 2-1. Don't think we want to be putting any cards back into our opponent's hand, so quite happy to trade off here. Gonna have no combat, no play. Gonna save up. Play it in reaction to our opponent. Gonna be kind of even on swamps and mountains. Keep hold of that beautiful Guru land as long as possible. Get a 1/4. Well, I guess that's a good blocker. A 2/2. Can deal 1 damage, but that's not going to be enough, and they don't have any red mana to activate it. This is what I mean about needing to favour mountains and swamps. Gaining 2 life. No, don't think we need to do that. Rather relieve ourselves with blocks. For trample. See what we can get here. 3/6. Again, it's a decent blocker. So we're managing to hold our opponent off. Both got 2 cards in hand. See what we can get up at 7. We're gonna always yield to this. Save us having to click OK every time our opponent activates their avatar. Oh dear. Well, they're only 0/1s. Eight is where we want to be. So we've curved out nicely. We just need to discard every card we draw. Hope to get overwhelming 8 drops. Opponent has the landfall ability. That puts a +1/+1 counter on all of his 0/1s. So they could attempt to go wide and get around us. That looks like a disaster as well. So they can pay life to put 3 counters on it. That's first strike and lifelink. No, it's not looking good for us. There is an 8-drop that bounces all our other creatures back to hand, which effectively destroys them all. Don't know whether we want to chump this. So I'm going to put 3 more counters on it. So it's a 10 power with a lifelink. And you get a Verdant Force. Oh wow. So we can hope to get this blue creature that bounces all the other creatures back to hand. We're in rough shape. Guess we just lied through. Maybe we should be holding up one swamp to regenerate. I think we're already overwhelmed. Let's bounce everything back to hand or bust. Nope. Flying Trample 9/9. Opponent's pinging us. Yep, we're doomed. Don't think we need to make a point of making blocks here. We just lost. Well, we get to go on to the next game. See if we can pull it back in game 2. It is fairly random, so you can of course play this in practice for fun without having to invest any play points. But it's a fun way to essentially gamble away a small amount of play points if you have them left over. Not enough to get you into a proper event. Again, we don't want to play anything on 1. Chances of you getting a Lamar Elf or Elvish Mystic or another creature that taps for mana on 1 pretty small. Opponent does like summoning 1-drops. Got 2/2. Doesn't untap. See if we can get something that can effectively block that. Well, we managed it. We got a 1/3. That's going to get them ahead. Getting ahead in mana is the way to go. That's why you start on 2, because you're trying to get a little creature that taps for mana. It's your most common in the 2-drop slot. Again, we're playing in response, just trying to set up effective blockers. can't let that one through. I need something good here. Don't want to give up the beautiful island. Got 4-4. Can't block flying though. So we're going to need a flying blocker. I'll trade there. So we'll offer up a trade here, but they're not taking it. Probably discard a card if we block. Maybe we want to let it through. Just try and race them. Also flying. Well, forests are more useful than islands. I'm sorry, beautiful island. Well, we can get him with both. Try to stay aggressive. I think we can do a trade here. There we go. There's one of the creatures that can bounce everything back to hand. That's what we really wanted in our last game. Blue Dawn. Love that card. Unfortunately, it means that they're going to be able to draw an extra 2 cards a turn. We get to draw 3 cards here. That's only good in the very short term. You don't need to go above 8, but you can. There are good things to be found. See what we can get. Oh no. Let's try and get in while we can. I think we'd rather have this dead. So unfortunately our creature has an upkeep cost that we can't pay because we didn't have any forests. So we'd lesson that we should try to play other lands other than swamps and mountains. So we got a cool creature with Annihilator, which forces our opponent to sacrifice permanents when it attacks. But we're in pretty bad shape. 11/11, indestructible, trample. Plus 2/5/5, so I don't know. It's not a great position to be in. I think we're just dead here. Yeah, we're just dead to the trample. So we lost the matchup, but we got 5 play points back as a small compensation. Go back in. Our opponent's already joined for another game, so we'll have a rematch. Our opponent seemed well versed in Momir. When you played with creatures before and you know the abilities, then you have an advantage of not missing tricks. You've got to read all the cards basically as they come out. The games can go quite long, so you've got to be aware of your time. It's a mana ramp. Can mill themselves and tap it to get an extra mana every turn. We get 0/1, it's of no use. Right. I need to get something good. Where 0/1 isn't quite cutting it. Well, 0/2 slightly better. Can prevent damage. Suppose that's useful. Opponent not missing the opportunity. Okay. 3/3. Again, it can get our opponent extra mana. Two trample. Deals damage. Can't see it dealing damage. Let's see if it gets an opportunity to get through. did indeed ramp up to something massive. Cost us a troop. Surprised they went for the 0-2. Let's see what we can get to replace it. Well, could use a flying creature. It's not the worst. Opponent's getting all the ways to get the extra mana. Ramp up to the bigger creatures. Want to keep the forests. We learned a lesson from last time. There are creatures in blue that if you don't control an island, they just disappear as soon as you cast them. Because you have to sacrifice them if you don't control an island or two islands. They do exist, they're quite rare. But sometimes you do want to play one island, just in case you hit one of these. There are a lot of blue creatures that have island walk, so they're unblockable if defended player has an island. So, oh, this is the worst. Whenever a dragon attacks, it makes a dragon. Yeah. Self-replicating dragons is hard to beat. We get a super juggernaut. Oh dear. At least they can't use it this turn. Well, they can if they sack their scions, I see. Wow, 2/7/7 flyers. And they fly over the top for exactly 14. Well, that's pro moves. Nothing we can do about that. Jeez. Again, sideboard in. There is no sideboard. You never need it. Unless you want to change which pretty lands you want to play with. Okay, and you always want to keep. Does like to go on one. I prefer to wait. So we got flying. Flying 2/2. Maybe we want to start attacking, flying over the top. Got another flyer. So we're building up a nice little army of flyers. red ability, but they have no red. Let's taunt them with our double red. All the flying. I think we just want to press the advantage with our evasive creatures all we can. We seem to be doing well so far. Sealed. Save a bit of time. This is a disaster. Flyer that can make more flyers. And it can block quite effectively. We'll offer up the trade. That's pretty good. Flying and haste. Doesn't trade. Lets it through. I was really hoping they were going to trade off there. Now my opponent's in the flying business. I think we have enough swamps. Rampage 1. Whenever it comes blocked, put +1/+1 counter on it. Right, okay. Each creature be on the first. Do we attack with everyone? Don't think we need to be that aggressive. So they're tapping before blocks. Okay. Maybe we should have ordered the vampire first. If they can use that to keep making extra creature tokens, they will be able to go wide around us. See what we get here. Yeah, if we were playing Dinosaur Tribal, that would be great. Guess we just want to be aggressive, just try and get in with everything. These two could get eaten, but guess we go for gold. It's down to 3. The tide can turn quite easily. Yep, trample. It's gonna be pretty bad. Can get up to 8. But we do have to hold back a turn. 23, we're on 21. Got to hope to summon something amazing. Or we could be in trouble. Okay, looks like they're holding back to make it difficult. Get right 8 drop. Okay. I'd rather we got something a little bit stronger. Oh dear. Indestructible creature that makes all their creatures indestructible. Can't see what we can do. Bounce everything back to hand. So it looks like we're praying for outs again. The opponent has locked down pretty hard. Flying Vigilance and Indestructible. Means they can quite happily all out swing. We're just dead. It's amazing card. Oh, there we go. We're still on 20 play points, so we can still play another one. I'll chop up the video here, and then when we come back we can see this third matchup. Until then, take it easy, good luck in your games of Magic, and I'll see you very soon.